In example 2, we are given three different functions: g of x, which is equal to 5, r of x equal to negative 4x to the third, and j of x, which is equal to 5x plus 3. In letter A, we are looking to find g of 6. Since our function is named g, we want to use the g of x function that's right here. What we are going to do is take this 6 and plug it in for any x that's in our g of x function. But if you look at the right-hand side of our g of x function, there is no x, which means there's nothing to plug in for that 5, so that constant is going to stay as it is. So g of 6 is just equal to 5. And if you think about g of x, it doesn't matter what number you're doing, the answer will always be 5. So for instance, if we did g of 100, that's 5. If we did g of 32, that again will be 5. Next, let's go and look at letter B, which is r of 2. Since we're using the r function, we want to use r of x, which is up here. So we're plugging into negative 4x to the third. We're taking r of 2, which means 2 is going in for that x. So we get r of 2 equal to negative 4 times 2 raised to the third. 2 to the third is 8. So we have negative 4 times 8, and negative 4 times 8 is negative 32. Next, we're looking at letter C, which is j of negative 7. J means we're using the j function that's up here on the top, which is 5x plus 3. So we're going to come down here, and j of negative 7 is going to be 5 times negative 7 plus 3. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35, and negative 35 plus 3 will give us negative 32. Letter D, we now have two functions. We have g of 4 minus r of 6. So we are using the g function here and the r function here, and then we're going to subtract them. We're going to do those separately. So first we'll find g of 4, and g of 4 is equal to just 5. Remember, it doesn't have any x to plug in for, so 5 it is. Then we want to find r of 6. r of 6 will be negative 4 times 6 raised to the third. Negative 4 times 6 to the third will give us negative 864. And then what we want to do is we want to subtract, starting with our g function, which is 5, and we are going to subtract a negative 864. Subtracting a negative will change that to a positive, so 5 plus 864, which will give us 869. Then on our final slide, we have our three functions again on the top of your paper so you can see them easily. The same three functions from before. And we're going to move to letter E here, which is j of 0 plus r of negative 3. So first thing we want to do is find j of 0, which is 5 times 0 plus 3. What happened?